I seriously hope that these two sources are reporting inaccurate information here. Because as you can see, according to Dan Rayfield's Twitter, and Dan Rayfield, for those of you who don't know, is a prominent American boxing journalist. According to him, two sources with knowledge of test have told ESPN that Povetkin tested positive for meldonium with title fight versus Wilder a week away. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I was so looking forward to this fight. I hope, as I say, the information coming from these sources is not accurate, because I want this fight to go ahead. And even if it is accurate, I'm sure Deontay Wilder will be given the opportunity, the choice, whether or not he wants to face a guy that could potentially be doped up. Very, very sad if this is true, but not entirely surprising in my opinion if it is. Because I've alluded to this in many videos, and in some videos I've flat out come out and said it. And I'm going to say it again. I have long suspected Alexander Povetkin for being on, or potentially being on, performance-enhancing drugs. Long suspected it. And I'll tell you why. Because Povetkin's physique and his performances in the ring took a dramatic, in my opinion, a dramatic turn for the better from the Vladimir Klitschko fight onwards. Now, he didn't get to do much in the Klitschko fight in terms of have success and land punches, but I was absolutely amazed in the Klitschko fight by how Alexander Povetkin was able to go 12 rounds with a man as big as Klitschko leaning all over him, pushing his head down constantly, and he still had strength in the 12th round to be fighting. Povetkin was known previously by his own trainer, Teddy Atlas, as a 4-round fighter or a 5-round fighter, and he'd shown stamina issues in several fights, including his fight against Marco Huck. But suddenly, from the Klitschko fight onwards, and if you remember, there was a big drug testing controversy around the Klitschko fight where Povetkin wanted to use the Russian drug testing agency and Klitschko wanted to use the German one. And neither one of those fighters wanted to use the other guy's drug testing company. There was serious mistrust going on there, which shows you that either somebody was juicing or neither fighter trusted the other guy's testing company and they thought maybe they could get a false positive or the other guy could get away with being positive, and get a false negative. So the whole situation surrounding the Klitschko testing was suspicious. His performance, in my opinion, in the Klitschko fight was suspicious. I mean, I don't see, knowing how Povetkin was prior to that Klitschko fight, I could not imagine him going 12 rounds, getting leaned on the way that he was, incessantly having Klitschko pushing Povetkin's head all the way down and literally have Klitschko's feet off the canvas with all his weight on Povetkin's neck. Doing that constantly for 12 rounds and hitting him in the head. And Povetkin still got strength in the 12th. I found that extraordinary. And since then, obviously, Povetkin's physique looks more defined now. And he's doing this at an advanced age. He's not in his 20s. This is in his mid-30s where his physique has changed all of a sudden. Now he's knocking people out left, right, and center. Before, he was going 12 rounds and having all types of trouble with a cruiserweight in Marco Huck. And then all of a sudden he's getting in with people like Carlos Takam, who's a big 250-pound, brick house. And he's knocking him all over the ring. So, yes, I've been suspicious. That don't mean that because I'm suspicious that I'm right. No. Maybe he wasn't juicing in those fights. But for me, there was enough telltale signs to be suspicious. Okay, the telltale signs that I look for, which is usually when a fighter is not young, in his 30s or older, mid-30s or older, having a dramatic change in his performances, in terms of performances getting dramatically better and him being more powerful, better stamina, etc., and his physique becoming more defined. And I mean, it's not like Povetkin's chiseled now, but you can see that he looks more muscular now than he used to. So I feel like I've had enough cause to be at least suspicious. Again, I can't flat out say that he's juicing because I don't have knowledge of that. But Dan Rayfield here is claiming, according to 2 sources who have been in contact with ESPN, that Povetkin has actually tested positive before this Wilder fight with just, what, a little over a week to go. Oh, I hope this ain't true. I was really looking forward to this fight. If it is true, the fight's probably not going to happen, and Povetkin will be suspended at least by the WBC, and he'll have to find a new mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder to face. And to be honest with you, I think Wilder will be disappointed. Some people will say, oh, no, he won't be disappointed. He didn't want the Povetkin fight. If he really didn't want the Povetkin fight, he could have vacated his belt like so many of you people thought he would. I think Wilder is a prideful person, and he wants to build a legacy in the sport. And he saw this Povetkin fight as an opportunity to prove himself, to actually shut at least some of the doubters up and get a legitimate win under his belt as WBC champion. So I think he will be disappointed if this fight don't go ahead. Maybe he wasn't too happy about having to go over to Russia, but in terms of taking on Povetkin, I think he'll be disappointed if the fight don't happen. Very, very sad news, people. Very sad news. I'll keep you updated on this story when more information comes out about it. All right? So drop your comments in the comment section below. And if you do have any more information, of course, give us the links and enlighten us. All right? It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.